Boy Meets World was an essential TV show for many of us 90s kids. The coming-of-age dramedy was one that was very impactful for many from elementary on up to college. Every viewer that watched had some type of special connection to Boy Meets World, whether that was to the characters or to the storyline that was written. I'm Dee Conway, and here are 7 reasons why us 90s kids loved Boy Meets World. I don't know how you could say you watched this show and didn't like Eric Matthews. Eric was the comic relief that was perfect for the big brother to Corey. We loved tuning in to watch him with his one-liners.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
That was nice. But I damn sure can't forget about this one right here.
Feeney! 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 Ooh, that was a new one.
Hearing him say that and continue to fuck with Mr. Feeney always made my day, man. Eric was a smart, dumb motherfucker, and don't tell me I'm lying. Man will make you laugh 1 minute, and the next you could actually see him smarten up and have some compassion. Eric made us think of our older sibling. You know, someone that might give you a lot of shit, but they're there when you need them.
That's my brother! Nobody hits my brother!
When I watch it back, it definitely makes me appreciate my brother. More because of he reminds me of Eric. Not the dumbass part, but specifically saying off the wall shit and being caring at the same time. But most of all, I feel like we loved Eric because of those interactions with Mr. Feeney. That shit was gold. We got to watch Boy Meets World from 3 different stages of life. I think it was middle school, high school, and college, but it could have started out as elementary if I'm mistaken. However, it's very easy to love a show when you pretty much grow up with it. What they experience is what children at the time were experiencing or would experience soon. We all got to see Corey and Sean have fun and grow up. We all got to see them and their friendship at its best and its worst. It's hard getting a bond with the show sometimes simply for the fact that they aren't very relatable or they're extremely exaggerative in situations. Boy Meets World took those situations that we went through as kids and brought them straight to the forefront. It wasn't just the good. They brought the hardships like Sean's father issues. Man, I had many friends like Sean from middle school to college. So seeing his character always had a special place in my heart because I was definitely the Corey compared to them. Even through those stages of life, they even made sure to let us know that as we get older and we go through school and life, not to let others' opinions be an accurate depiction of who we actually are. It's easy to fall into the opinions of others, but they let us know not to fall for it. Even though it could be tempting, just be us. Many that are young till this day will struggle with others' opinions of them. Boy Meets World and the stages of life were great because they left generations with episodes upon episodes of great advice for 3 different stages of life, man. The man who would give a lot of that great advice was another reason we watched. You could always count on Mr. Feeney to deal with the antics of Corey and Eric and Sean and the rest of the crew. That's a big reason we watched. I think another big reason that we watched was because Feeney was the adult figure that many of us needed. Feeney might say some extra asshole statements, but we watched because we knew we would always get the fatherly advice that we needed. We knew that seeing Feeney meant that we would not just get some regular advice, but we would get knowledge on how to navigate the crazy ass world that we live in. The knowledge he gave us never let us down when it came to dealing with life's problems. There was something for everyone in this show, and that's what I loved about it. You know, being an African American, every show that you watch wasn't always something that you could just necessarily relate to. But Boy Meets World, in my opinion, kind of set, race to the side and said, hey, this is not just a black and white thing. Everybody's going through this. If you were a kid, you probably go through this in some type of way. It may just be different. Stuck to one topic. You could watch for the seriousness of the episode, or you could just watch for the pure comic relief. They tackle situations like dealing with divorce, kids cursing for the first time. Boy Meets World wasn't a one-dimensional show that just stuck to one topic and was just boring as hell. We knew watching we could expect something that would keep us more than entertained. You could watch for the seriousness of the episode, or you could just watch for the pure comic relief. They tackle situations like dealing with divorce, kids cursing for the first time. Boy Meets World wasn't a one-dimensional show that just stuck to one topic and was just boring as hell. We knew watching we could expect something that would keep us more than entertained. Boy Meets World taught us many life lessons that some of us probably wouldn't have learned normally. You could not have a parent in their life telling you certain things, or for whatever the circumstances, just all around not have the right guidance and just be ignorant to life. We loved it because Boy Meets World didn't focus on a lot of fake ass storylines. What made it so great was that they chronicle real situations that preteens and teenagers alike all went through. We loved it because you could expect to tune in and learn and understand different things about life. For example, there was an episode that Corey basically hated love, and Mr. Feeney told him in so many words that he shouldn't. Corey goes on to see Feeney get stood up for a date and basically was a little shit and threw it in his face.
This love stuff has turned my whole family against me. And you're teaching us how it's worth killing yourself for when I know you don't really believe that, do you?
And Feeney went on to explain.
At one time, a man and a woman realized that they loved each other and pursued the unlimited potential of what may come from that love. And here you are.
You see what I mean? A real life situation, especially being that when we are that young, we don't really understand a damn thing about love. See, I was going to let that be it for this topic. Then I thought about a very realistic life lesson that I could relate to, because growing up, I saw it too many times. There was an episode where, for whatever reason, Corey started drinking and got Sean into it. Corey's dad was very quick to, blame the trouble kid from a broken home, just for Corey to step up and let his dad know, like, Dad, I did that shit. This is a great example and has a few messages. Like, number one, sometimes parents are quick to believe their badass kid is an angel. Number two, kids don't mess up because of a bad influence, but sometimes they just mess up because they make dumbass decisions on their own. Number three, it shows the negative assumptions a troubled kid like Sean faces, even from those he calls friends and or those that already know him. And out of all of them, this is probably my favorite. And because this is what I got out of it. It also makes sure that you pick your friends well. Although a very messed up situation, Sean still didn't tell on Corey. He took the lashing to protect Corey and didn't have to. He showed that Sean had great character and loyalty. Corey's dad's face when he realized he fucked up will forever be gold to me. Sean and Corey's relationship was probably one of the best depictions of best friends to ever exist. Tune in to watch Corey and Sean get themselves into shit all the time. I believe loyalty is a big key to maintaining friendships. I love their friendship because that was pretty much always what they showed was loyalty. Their relationship showed that messed up shit happens between friends, but Corey and Sean showed that they had loyalty for each other even through the darkest times. Hey, Corey wasn't nearly as cool as Sean and tended to be nerdy sometimes. And this never mattered to Sean, though. Never mattered at all because Sean only saw Corey as his brother. They went hand in hand because Sean came from a broken home and Corey didn't care. He only wanted to help him. Corey knew Sean in a way that no one else did. We love them because many of us had friends just like this. And I can tell you personally that my life sometimes mirrored Boy Meets World. I have at least 3 friends like Sean, all came from broken homes and had to deal with extremely difficult situations. I saw myself as Corey because my house was the go-to. They knew I would treat them like my brothers. They knew my parents would treat them as though they were their own kids. I can honestly tell you that those same 3 people are the people that helped me get through my own different difficulties, being a kid and now being an adult. You see, Sean and Corey were each other's strength. They would laugh, cry, and get into and out of trouble together. We loved them because they were in all essence teenagers that were great friends, and most of us dealt with many other things that they would deal with, like not letting anyone come in between us and our friends, to arguing over dumb shit, We tuned into watching Boy Meets World because Sean and Corey taught us how to be and treat our friends great. And that you watch this show and Corey and Topanga aren't at least one of the reasons you watch, then you might need to put the crack pipe down, my boy. You hitting that booger sugar too, because you tripping. However, I will accept one excuse of watching it strictly for Topanga. Plenty of young men alike watched it only for that. And I don't blame y'all. Not at all. But for real, in all seriousness, we watched Corey and Topanga grow up and get married, man. Hands down, one of the best relationships to ever grace a television. We all love them because we watched as Corey crushed on Topanga up until he finally actually got with her. And then we felt even better then. We watched as they grew up with one another. Hell, we even watched them break up and have to deal with different situations. We watched them because their love story was storybook as hell. We watched because it felt so real and they made it very believable. And I can guarantee you that you know at least one couple that's been together since maybe middle school or high school. I can tell you personally, like my girlfriend's sister and her husband have almost this exact same story. The relationship Corey and Topanga had was a relationship many probably didn't realize they would actually go on to have. We watched two kids navigate their love for one another through it all. I know y'all remember that episode where Topanga had to move to Pittsburgh, but in the end found a way to stay. Just another realistic aspect of life. We love them for the genuine love they had for one another. Not some extremely exaggerated ass relationship that no one could relate to.